Noches. I hope you're doing well this evening. Happy, is it Tuesday?
It is.
Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. Hope you've had a wonderful work week so far. We are just enjoying a quiet evening here in Mexico. All is well. I think we might be getting some rain this evening, but I hope that you're doing well. I hope that dinner was good and delicious.
Let's know what y'all had to eat tonight.
Please, because we're still trying to figure it out at this point. It's been a long work day. But we just want to jump on here real quickly because we've been seeing quite a few people ask, do I have to be rich to move to Mexico? Or y'all must be wealthy to be moving to Mexico. And we were like, oh,
We rich in the spirit of Jesus.
hallelujah. But we're really enjoying all these questions that we've been getting because the truth of the matter is who knew all this stuff before?
Right, because most folks aren't trying to immigrate, so you're not up to date on everything.
Yeah. But here's the deal, regardless of where you're thinking about moving across the world, what we've been seeing in general, you don't have to be rich. Like,
You don't.
it's not a requirement. And I think that a lot of times that's what we think is, oh, if you get to get up and move around, that must mean you have something in your back pocket. And while you do need something in your back pocket,
You need some coins in that Crown Royal bag.
you really do. It may not be as much as you think. So here's the deal with Mexico. And we can only speak on Mexico right now because that's, the one that we really researched the most in depth. But did you know that if you have about an average income salary of a school teacher, let's just say that.
Yeah. You don't have to be a six-figure CEO or some successful entrepreneur. If you make about as close to a school teacher, you qualify to get Mexican residency.
Yeah, that may be shocking for a lot of people, but you do not have to be rolling in dough. But what I will say is that over these years, you probably will have had to have a little discipline. Un
poquito.
Yeah. Mexico's requirements are not stringent, but that is very relative. It just really depends on what you have going on. And I do not downplay life be lifing. So, but I would say this before you count yourself out, because a lot of people do that sometimes. We'd be like, must be nice.
Yeah.
You don't even know the requirements yet. Ain't nobody told you nothing yet. You already counted yourself out.
You ain't looked it up.
Say that.
So before, like you said, count yourself off, understand what is required from that country that will allow you permission to stay there. Now, the second half of that is making sure you have enough money coming in or stacked away to maintain living there.
Yes.
But once again, even on that side, you don't have to be rich to live in another country because most people are moving abroad for the lower cost of living.
Yes.
So, and you look at the logic, you have to spend less to live outside of the U.S.
Yes. And see, a lot of times when we're talking to our clients, they're thinking they have to replace their income wholly, okay? When in actuality, you may not need to replace the whole thing because things are 30 to 60 to 70% less where you may be going to.
Truth be told, you may be able to make less money and still have a high quality of life. You just have to have a paradigm shift.
Yes, you do. So you might have to give up the Gucci Tucci Lucci.
Oh, not the Gucci Tucci Lucci. The ones that are made in China anyway?
Well, so what we're trying to help you understand here is that if you're willing to sacrifice some of the things that you might be used to, just take a little small step back.
Yeah.
You don't need to know it. But if you just take a little small step back, you can really make some things go. And if you really think about it honestly, y'all, we got a lot of stuff that we genuinely, for real, do we really need?
Do not need or want. We just got it
because I know when we were packing up our home, at first it started off with, oh, I want to keep this. Oh, can I take that? And by the end, it was like, throw all this stuff away.
Please.
We don't need all this stuff. Like you always say, Mexico got stuff there.
You don't have to pack everything, keep everything, put things in storage back home because chances are you're not going to use it, you're not going to miss it, and you're not going to need it. And what you do need, it's very civilized here and developed. They most likely have it. They have Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, Office Max, malls, Galleria. So the money you would spend on shipping it down here, you can just buy it brand new. And hint, most apartments here and some houses come fully furnished.
Yes, they do. And nicely furnished as well. I'm telling y'all, your money goes a lot further. Friends, this one time in life, the grass is actually greener on the other side. It just feels good to pay normal prices for things again.
What decade did it feel like when you go shopping?
Okay, so this is what I told T. I said, it feels like we're in the early 90s. Remember when we used to go to the mall and hang out and, our life was all good and you had a little exchange to do a little something nice and buy your little girlfriend, boyfriend, something. Like, it just feels normal.
Yeah.
You don't get mad and go cussing down the aisle. I be seeing y'all making them posts. Why is chicken $49? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It is frustrating. It makes you mad because you work hard for your little piece of change. And you're not trying to just haphazardly just throw it all around the place. I'll tell you, today we got some really nice massages at home. And it was for 2 hours each.
So a total of 4 hours this masseuse was in our house.
For a total of 4 hours, y'all. Now, normally when you get a 2-hour massage at
Do they even offer 2-hour massages?
That's a good point.
Usually 60, 90 minutes.
90 minutes. You're absolutely right, because ain't nobody about to work on you that long. Ain't nobody about to do all that. So comparable in the U.S., 90 minutes. What is that normally like?
It would be about $100 and something for one person.
For one person. 2 hours per person. $53.
So with tip and everything, he probably rolled out here with that table at about $120 in his pocket.
For 4 hours, y'all. And here's what I'll say. Again, this is all very relative. This is about how you want your money to work for you, to be honest, okay? I'm just grateful to know that things can still be reasonable out here, sincerely. I went to go get my nails done yesterday, child. $28. Hallelujah.
Crystal gel.
Crystal gel for your nail. I mean, y'all.
Yeah. You just got to have an open mind and believe that there's something else out there. We're not going to say better because you're not going to play that game, but things are definitely different, and sometimes the grass can be greener. It doesn't always have to be better, but it just depends on what kind of pasture you want to be in.
Yeah. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful because, again, we're all working very hard. I know you're working hard. You're tired right now. You're about to go to sleep. We're all working very, very hard. And the truth of the matter is if you've ever considered moving abroad, you may just not have to work as hard to maintain things. We know people working 2 or 3 jobs just to hold it down.
Just to still live check to check.
What did the Houston Chronicle report the other day?
I think they said, so this is the Houston Chronicle, I'm paraphrasing. I posted it on my profile if you want the actual numbers, but in Texas, it's believed that you need to make $102,000 annually just to live check to check. That's not including paying off debt, saving, and investing. That's just to pay your bills. So you really have to be a 6-figure hitter just to live an average life.
Yeah. We didn't work this hard, y'all, to live an average life. I didn't. No. I don't want to speak on your behalf, but
that's not why he hung, bled, and died.
That is not why he did that. So I think it's time to have a paradigm shift about some things. I get it. It's hard to say goodbye to yesterday. It's very hard to release things. I get it. We were just talking to some good friends about that the other day. They're actually down here enjoying their best life here in PV.
Yes,
and we swung by to talk to them for a little bit. But it can be tough letting go of things that you've worked so hard for, the life that you've worked so hard for. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes in life, hey, life comes in seasons. Yeah. Nothing is forever. Things change, and we have to be willing to be adaptable to those changes, or we'll get rolled on.
And they're not rolling back prices.
They're not rolling
so
back
as
prices.
Things are changing, everything is going up. Chances are income is not going up. Yeah. So if we're willing to accept that change, why not try something different to where maybe I can go somewhere that has good quality life, that's safe, that still is affordable.
Yeah, and speaking of safe, did you see the article that I posted today?
I think I did see that. I shared it.
You did?
Puerto Vallarta is one of the safest cities in Mexico.
Yes, and they did a full breakdown. Please visit our page. You'll see the full breakdown of why they have called it one of the safest cities in Mexico. We can personally attest to that. We have been here for almost 2 months now. And you just don't, while I always encourage you to keep your head on a swivel anywhere you go, okay? You don't feel that angst, that hold up.
Do I need my CHL?
Yeah, do I need my peace?
Do I need to sit with my back, towards the wall so I can keep an eye on the exit? And I'm always watching your six. You
Yeah.
don't get that feeling here.
I don't remember you ever walking to Walmart at night.
Never, especially not the one on South Coast.
Y'all was talking about that. But y'all, again, safety, affordability,
Yeah.
quality of life. And what we mean by quality of life, well, you're not having to work as hard as you did.
Yeah.
So you have time to stop and smell the roses, as they say.
Yeah.
You know, you can take a little nap in the middle of the day. You can get out and do a walk. You can get back to living.
Yeah. How many of y'all are living right now? I mean, truly living, not just going to work, paying bills, and taking the kids to and fro at practice and activities. Are you really living? Are you engaging in your hobbies, your passions, pursuing your purpose?
Yeah.
You know, do you feel fulfilled at the end of the week? Or is it just another day, another dollar?
Yeah. And I'm going to stop and take a moment here and reemphasize, if you are content where you are content with your life, by all means, please keep living in that space. Keep living in that space. But if you're somebody who was like us, that was like, I think there might be something else out there,
Just a
y'all.
little bit. Come peek around the corner.
Come peek around the corner.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about peeking around the corner, we're getting ready to host another info session tomorrow at 12 p.m. CST. And it is to share with you the 6 very simple steps that it takes for you to move abroad. We call it the residency backup plan. And it's just what it says. It's a backup plan. It is not meant for you to have to pack up your house today and leave. But it is meant to give you a sense of urgency on why now is the time to go ahead and get your paperwork in place if you're genuinely thinking about moving abroad. I know we all have these beautiful plans to do it in 5-7 years when the children, go off to college, when we retire, amen, all that stuff. But our plans might need to come a little bit sooner rather than later. Talk to them a little bit about that.
I mean, dictator parades and bombs over Baghdad have you a little concerned right now, not to fearmonger you, but if you're just saying, you know what, I might need a second place just to kind of rest my head for a little bit while the world figures things out, you want to get that residency card while you can, because once again, laws are changing, your eligibility may not always be there. So once again, freedom isn't always guaranteed. So get it while you can.
And so what we're doing with our clients with not only the info sessions that we have, the free info session, let me say that tomorrow, if you are free at 12 p.m. CST, I want you to join us.
Yep.
Just a little live lunch and learn. We're going to go over these 6 steps real quick with you.
Link in the comments.
Link in the comments. And we want to have you go ahead and register. But we're just going to lay it out all to you. And then when you're ready to press play, you know where to find us.
Yep. We're not hard to find, are we?
I wouldn't say so. So the info session is one offering. The other offering that we have, so quite a few people are feeling alone in this process. There are people that we know who are they're ready to pull the trigger, but it's like, gosh, I don't know who to turn to. I don't know who to talk to. It's not like everybody is trying to get up and move abroad. So what we have developed is a program called the Freedom Collective Cohort. And this is designed to give you accountability as well as community. Talk to them about that.
So essentially, it's a 3-month process where you're going to be with around 10 other people that are in the same situation you are. They're looking to move abroad, but need guidance. They don't have all the expertise. So what this is, some of the benefits are you get a instant community. You're going to get 9 other people that are going through the same process with you, because we know chances are family and friends are saying, don't leave, stay here. And you need someone that you can talk to that understands your position. You're also going to get accountability. So we're going to follow up with you. Hey, have you done your paperwork yet? Have you scheduled your appointment? Where are you at in the packing and things like that? So making sure you understand the roadmap and have someone to hold your hand while you're going down the roadmap. And then you're going to get access to our experts. So if you're looking for someone to help you with real estate, get your residency, go through immigration, you're going to get our trusted advisors when you sign up for this cohort. So it's a 3-month program. We're going to meet once a month, a couple hours, once a week on Zoom. And that's it.
That's it. And I know you're probably asking, well, shoot, that sounds great. How much is that? It is normally $199 per month for 3 months. However, for cohort 1, we're running a special launch price. And that's intended for people who know they need to go ahead and get on top of this and they are ready to pull the trigger. And for those people, we're making it a flat $199. So $199 for 3 months. Let us be your accountability partner. Let us be your guide in getting you through this. And then quite a few of those people are also interested in doing.
They turn it up. They're trying to say, come on.
They try to say, come on. I like that. So at the end of that 3 month cohort, we have some who are going to go on and do the relocation tours with us. And that's another offering that we have. So we will be offering private relocation tours for those who just want a quick, you coming down to PV, but you want a quick little 1 day tour with us for us to show you around and give you the lay of the land. And then we also have a 3 day event for a group, for those of us who want to come out here and get submerged into what it's like to live locally here.
Touch grass.
Touch grass. It's one thing to go to Mexico and turn up and have a good time on the resort, but it's a whole nother thing to actually live here. So we're going to give you as much of the experience as we can as possible to show you what it's like to live locally here so you can feel nice and confident about your move.
So let's talk about what that relocation tour looks like. We're going to get you talking to an insurance agent that can give you your options for health insurance, renter's insurance, home and car insurance. We're going to be working with a facilitator or an immigration advisor that's going to help you understand the immigration process, so it will be a lot easier for you. You can avoid those headaches. Then we're also going to be taking you around on a real estate tour, showing you different neighborhoods and then the different options in those neighborhoods. Because it's one thing to just see it online and say, "Oh, the pictures are cute," but what's this neighborhood like? What are the people like? What are my amenities? Is there literally a Walmart next door or Costco down the street? So we're going to get you immersed so you really understand what it's like to live in these Mexican streets.
And let me go ahead and knock this out. Yes, they have an oven. Yes, they have internet. Yes, they have washing machines and dryers. Like there are beautiful condominiums still popping up all around here. They understand. I don't know if you knew this, but Mexico has the largest number of expats and immigrants, American expats and immigrants, over 1 million.
Yeah. So they've been keeping it a secret, y'all. So we're not gatekeeping. It's really nice over here, and it's really what you hear.
It really is. And here in Puerto Vallarta, there's nothing but beautiful ocean and mountains and lush tropical landscapes. It's truly beautiful. You can get what you want out here in Mexico. It has 32 beautiful states. You can get the city life if you want the city life in Mexico City. You can get something just real nice and kind of quiet and residential and whether night I eat. I mean, you got all kinds of options out here.
And speaking of options, for those that do have kids and are wondering about what about my children, they do have English-speaking schools here. They have highly rated curriculum. Google the American School. This is called the American School of Puerto Vallarta. And so they cater to American and Canadian students here. So,
yes, y'all. We can think of a million reasons why not to bust a move like this. I mean, there are plenty of reasons why. But then there are also plenty of reasons for why you should consider it. And I think the relocation tool will really help you come to terms with, I think I can do this. It's not really that much different than at home. It's really not. Outside of the language.
Spanish.
Right. A lot more Spanish. So, so the info session tomorrow. I don't want you to miss that. Again, we're going to be going over everything, the 6 steps that we will take for you to move abroad. Also, the cohorts, the Freedom Collective cohorts, where we'll sit down and we will go through this with you. And then the relocation tours. And then you just may be somebody right now that's just like, you know what, this all sounds good, but I got a few questions. And if that's you, we also offer free 15-minute calls or an hour if you just know you just need to lay it all out on the table. And I want you to head over to followfreedom.com, where you can go out there and you can schedule a call with us, and we're happy to sit down and help you try to figure some of this out, because this is quite a task. This is meant to be a group project. Let me say that.
It is an ultimate group project. You can do it on your own, but we'll pray for you.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. We started off doing this process on our own, thinking, okay, we got this, and child. We have to give it over to those professionals. And I'm going to tell you, when you give it over to the professionals, it is a lot smoother process. It is so heartbreaking to see people in these groups.
Yeah.
I thought I got it all figured out, but I didn't. I was missing this. I was missing that. Y'all, we see those several times a day.
You just need someone to help you understand the bureaucracy, the paperwork, and the little nuances that aren't on that YouTube video on the website. Because, for instance, we saw somewhere on the internet that one couple drove 3 hours one way, spent all this money on gas and everything, went to their appointment. They didn't have their middle name as on the document as they did on their passport. They turned down their application. They had to go all the way back home, wasted all their time and money.
Did you say 3 hours?
3 hours.
It was 3 days.
Oh, 3 days.
Because they were coming down from Canada.
Oh, my bad.
So they were saying that it was taking them, oh my gosh. Yeah. It was painful.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. There are resources that are already set up in place to help you get here. There really are. You can choose to do this on your own, save $2 but the headache that comes with it, we want you to have a pleasant experience. We want you to have an experience that we had, which was nice and smooth and stress free. I'm so
Yeah,
grateful.
we were able to get our immigration and our residency in the midst of hosting a trip in South Africa. So,
Yeah.
and that's once again, we got it done in less than 90 days and was able to sell everything and move to Mexico in less than 6 months. So it's
Yes.
doable.
It's definitely doable. So we want you to rest on that tonight. Talk to Bay. I know you're having a hard time. You're trying to convince Bay. I get it. You're trying to tell them children, look, y'all, I get it. It is a step by step, small step process. And again, I want to emphasize we are not telling you to pack up your stuff and move right now. That is not what we're saying. But what we are emphasizing is the urgency of you going ahead and starting your paperwork
Yeah.
wherever you're thinking about residing.
Because you want the power of having an option. You don't want to have to sit here and watch things change in front of you and just say, well, I guess I'm stuck here. When, if you have the resources and the mindset, you have options available to you. And not just Mexico, it's, places like Thailand, Bali,
Panama,
Panama,
Costa Rica.
Ecuador, Greece, Europe, Spain, Portugal. So you're not limited just because you were born there.
Yeah.
It's a big world. We're a global society. Let's go see the globe.
And real quick, I know some of you all are like, but what about my friends, my family? I'm going to miss them. I get it. We went through the same. We got friends, we have family too. But
Let's be honest. How many of them are real friends?
no, stop that. What I really want to emphasize here is that you don't necessarily, well, if you're like us, you don't see them every day, and probably a lot of the communication that you have is over the phone or like this. So be open. Be open. They can still come see you. In fact, they want somewhere to go to come
Let's
see
look
you.
at Dr. Akimi over there talking about Bay is like, what?
But I want to, though. I hear you, sis. I really, really do. It's something that I think you and Bay will have to sit down with somebody maybe like us and just hear a different perspective, because in our minds we think we're giving up everything when really we have so much to gain.
Yes.
I cannot tell you how many people, friends we have lined up coming out in the next couple of months. Like, it's crazy. Not that we even was like, come, 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 but they were like, I'm coming anyway,
Yep.
you know? So be open. Great friends here to meet as well.
Yeah.
The world is your oyster.
And what you want is, I put in the comments, go check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of resources over there, a lot of videos that educate you on what our experience was like, how you can do this for yourself. So be sure to check us out on YouTube.
Yes. Well, we're not going to hold y'all all night because I know you got to get up and go to work. But I thank you for tuning in here with us for a little bit. Again, you do not have to be rich. You do not have to be wealthy to move abroad. You just have to be a little disciplined and save up a few coins or two.
Yeah, and open-minded. Have a paradigm shift.
Yes.
Have a paradigm shift,
Yes.
because it's a whole new world.
It is. It really is. And it's a beautiful whole new world. And I promise, if you shed those, American ways that we sometimes have, you'll enjoy it so much.
Absolutely.
Well, y'all, I hope you have a lovely evening, and I do hope to see you tomorrow. Head on over again to followfreedom.com, sign up for our free info session, and we'll see you tomorrow for your lunch and learn. Bring your lunch to your desk, okay?
12 CST.
Yes. Have a lovely evening.
What they're supposed to follow.
Follow peace.
And follow your freedom.